Game number 2, live odds bet online. Carolina at Tampa Bay. Buccaneers are 2.46 the total. Carolina offense has struggled and been inconsistent. Can't run the ball. Cam Newton, fed up, walked out of the presser with the media after asked about the lack of big plays. And Benjamin said, I think everyone's frustrated. The whole offense was frustrated because the defense was giving us 3 and outs and we didn't put up points. Trubisky completes 4 passes. What, they have 4 first downs? And you lose the game 17-3. OC Mike Shula. We're not as far off as we think. It feels like we are, but we all feel terrible. And the problem starts with the running game. 23rd yards per game, 29th yards per rush. Can't get anything going on the ground.
But the beauty about those running stats, they're misleading to the high side. Carolina's running game. Okay, you're talking about 97 yards per game, number 23, and 3.4 yards per rush. That ranks number 29. But both of those numbers get a boost from Cam Newton. Cam Newton's run for 211 yards at 4.3 yards per carry. Look at the actual running backs in this lineup. Jonathan Stewart, 3 yards a carry. Christian McCaffrey, the second coming, 2.5 yards per carry. Fozzie Whitaker, 2.5 yards per carry. They are getting next to nothing from their running backs. And we have to ask ourselves, the quote from Cam Newton, of course, about the lack of downfield passing. I can't answer that question. I'm executing the play that's given to me. Is there a disconnect here between Newton and Mike Shula? Is there a disconnect here between Cam and the rest of the Panthers offense? Or is this just one of these situations where there may be a crisis of confidence, but all it takes is one weak defensive foe, one offensive explosion, and all of this is behind Carolina? That certainly is the potential, but if it doesn't, Tampa's the type of team you're supposed to be able to move the football against. If Carolina can't move the football again this week, boy, things could get ugly for this squad in a big divisional matchup.
Yep, could be the old loser leaves town because Tampa Bay has New Orleans on the road next week. Their defense was so good at the end of last year when they closed 6-2 straight up. The defense, a big reason why. They only have 7 sacks and 4 interceptions, and they're 30th in the league in yards per game, last in sacks and sack percentage. McCoy, quote, I play what they call. I don't have a say in what we run. I kind of go with it. I'm a team guy, so I do what they ask. Do I feel like I could have been more effective in a different way? Yes, but I'm a team guy. It's not about Gerald. Whatever the coach calls is what I'm going to run. Tough loss on the road against Buffalo. Tough loss on that Thursday night game at home against New England. See how they bounce back at home again. I don't know. Not a lot to like. Although Winston did play well in the loss against Buffalo before they had the key turnover late.
He did, but he's also not practicing. The team is doing it to rest his shoulder. He didn't practice till Friday last week. And I worry about QBs that don't get their normal reps going up against some playmaking defenses like what Carolina brings to the table. Though Winston, as you mentioned, made plays all game against Buffalo last week and showed no ill effects from the bum shoulder. But another concern for Tampa, despite the defensive schemes and despite the fact that, Gerald McCoy is having the same kind of quotes that we're hearing out of Cam Newton in terms of, well, I'm just trying to execute the play that was called, not throwing his coordinator under the bus. But they've got cluster injuries in the secondary. Cornerback, Robert McClain in concussion protocol. The other starter, Brent Grimes, hasn't been able to practice all week with the shoulder injury. They added Jai Oliote to the roster Wednesday, and he may end up getting playing time on Sunday. That's a concern for me when it comes to that Tampa Bay secondary.
Hey, guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.